No, we just got done doing a 3 hour live. Unfortunately, I didn't pick it up, but Barry put out a couple of videos while I was doing said video. Mr. Obvious, the biggest pussy on YouTube, he carries a gun. Let's watch
All right, guys, we're
this.
back here at Beamer Sun Garage. We appreciate you coming back. So, we're
What?
going to show the biggest pussy on YouTube. There he is right here. Look at this kid. His name is Austin, and he's nasty. He's got that hat on to cover the greasiness of his hair because he won't wash his hair and he won't take a
Barry's
bath.
hammered.
And look at his house. Look at that. They sold the gutters for crack money. Look at that shithole, man. One room shack him and his dad live in.
Oh.
His dad's over there trying to work on a car, and he's trying to make $1. But meanwhile, his boy's talking shit on his second, third channel they got, and he's just running his cocksucker. He's just a piece of garbage. He carries a gun, and he thinks that makes him cool, and all that does is make him the biggest pussy on YouTube. He's the biggest pussy on YouTube right there, guys.
Wow.
Yeah, look at him. Hey, I got, what is it, 6% women watching. Hey, girls out there, how'd you like to date that? He's a virgin. He's never had a girl, never been with a girl, he'd never get a girl.
Barry, why don't you ask how many people would date you and your fucking piss-stained fucking mutt kitty yours, you fucking loser.
Look at him. He's ugly, fat, nasty. And he's going to show us his gun here in a second.
Something you can't carry because you're a felon.
This kid is just nothing but a pussy.
You're a
Biggest
fucking
pussy
pussy.
on YouTube. Guys, if you got to carry a gun, you ain't nothing but a bitch. There it is. There's his gun. There's his gun.
Oh, there it is.
On YouTube right there. He's such a pussy that he won't stand up for himself. He says, I'll get my daddy to beat you up. Kid, grow up. Become a man. Your dad's not going to be there to protect you your whole life. Your dad's going to pass away. And then you...
What are you... Hey, who's protecting your great boy there, Barry? Huh? What's he going to do when daddy dies? Because that ain't going to be long. What's your boy going to do?
You're going to be left to fend for yourself. And look at that house. Maybe you get your dad put some gutters on it. Look at that shack.
What a motherfucker.
He lives in.
Look at your house.
The biggest pussy on YouTube right there, guys. There he is right there. Yeah. His last name's Orndorff. Him and his dad live in a shack out in Indiana. Yeah.
Guys, we had
Michael Jackson was from Indiana. Wacko. Wacko Jacko. Yeah, his dad's wacko too, just like the boy. His dad is as ugly as he is. Look at him. He won't even show his face.
His daddy would knock the fuck up out of you. Dr. Money, what's up?
On YouTube right there. That's him right there. Austin, he can't spell. Obviously, he didn't go to school. He can't read or write. He misspells so many words. Every time he makes a video, he doesn't even check his spelling. He just rolls with it. You're a bitch, dude. You're a pussy. It's so funny to me. This kid thinks he's all that.
Yes, you're first, man. If you're new, make sure to hit that subscribe button. We're trying to get to 500. We're almost there. Oh, he's got to find another video.
A lot of good days begin with an empty trailer, and this is going to be one of them. I'm on my way to check out. Well, I hobbled this thing home. Obviously, one of the first things I'm going to have to deal with is that battery and charging system because it's super.
Let's see if I can get back to where I was. There it is.
We're back, dude. He put out
This time making fun of other people.
Barry put out 2 videos within the last hour. I don't know how I missed them, but we're going to get them now.
He was bullied in school. And it's not my fault. I can't help that you were bullied in school. And I can see why, because you ain't nothing but a pussy. They bullied him in school. They beat him up. They kicked his ass. And he's nothing but a low-life piece of shit. Him and his father both are just...
What about you and your fucking stick pussy boy? Two fucking mutts.
And they're so freaking nasty.
You talk about nasty, bro. Look at you.
They go around, they steal people's videos.
Oh, yeah.
And they talk shit about other people. Here they are talking about another guy. You know, let me bring it up on the pool. There we go. There he is. Look at this kid. Look how nasty he is. See, he's got a hat on. He has to have a hat on to cover his nasty ass hair. Let's see if I can get it in. There we go. They ride around in a piece of shit truck.
What do you got, Barry?
Like that, just like father, like son, you know. Look at that kid, girls. Yeah, he's gonna die a virgin.
That's funny.
Jacking off and being a pussy going through life, it's no way to go through life, you know. You're gonna be a pussy all your life.
That kid's got more talent.
If you ever come around me again and you show me that gun, I'm gonna take it from you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna shove it up your ass. And your old man, he's already run his mouth too. He'll get the same thing.
Yeah.
His old man's a felon. He's got numerous felons on his record. He can't carry.
Barry, you're a felon too. What's your point? At least his fucking charges aren't like yours, bro.
A gun, but his boy does. So his boy's a pussy.
Wow.
And that's just the way it is. If you carry a gun, you're a bitch. You're
Yeah.
a pussy. That's just the way I feel about it. If you gotta carry a gun, then you ain't nothing but a bitch pussy. Look at that. Ugliest and the biggest pussy on YouTube right there. That's him right there. Orndorff. What a name, man. And they live in a shack and they want to make fun of my house and they want to make fun of me and try to belittle me. Dude, you guys need to get a life. You need to get a life. You really do.
What about me?
You know, you've got no room to talk. You got no room to run your cocksucker about anybody, especially when your dad and yourself are some of the biggest pussies ever walked the planet.
Oh, God.
You know, and I'm not the only one that, you know, constantly on. Oh, there's that red kitten.
Yeah, there's a red kitten. Oh. Maybe you can
You
kill
know,
that
they
one
got nothing
tonight.
better to do, you know. And they act like they're, you know, great mechanics. They don't have one single certification. Not one.
What do you have?
You or your dad don't have any certifications on any single thing. Period.
What do you
You
have?
don't have any schooling. You don't have any training to be a mechanic, to work on stuff. And they went and got this junk ass Jeep in a video they just did. And they're thinking they're doing, oh, you ain't working on nothing. You're getting junk. You probably gave $50 for it. Or no, that's is that a side job you're doing for somebody? Yeah. Yeah, you didn't buy it. You ain't got no money. You ain't working on nothing. Your videos are shit. You're shit. Your dad's shit. Your house is shit.
Look at
You don't
you.
have a garage that you guys work out of. That ain't your garage in your other videos. And you showed some cars in a field, in a yard. That's not even your yard. Those aren't your cars.
Oh,
You don't
God.
got nothing, kid.
Yeah, Barry got to
You
do
don't have
this.
one
Yep,
single thing
Barry
you can
fucking
make.
put a
Oh,
Mr.
you got a
Obvious
Corvette,
video
you
out.
just wrecked it. Oh, that's so sad. You know, kid, get a life, man. Get a fucking life. You were bullied as a kid. You were beaten up. You got your ass kicked every day. And I can understand why. I can understand why. You got a mouth on you. You come over here and I'll close it. I'll put a challenge out to you anytime, any day. Anytime, any day, boy. Yeah, you punk ass bitch. That's all you are.
Barry,
You're
you'd get
punk.
knocked the fuck out,
I'm a
bitch.
62-year-old man. Get it straight. I'm 62 years old. And I can whip your ass all over this yard.
Yeah.
I can whip your ass anywhere, anytime. Yeah.
Shut the
Suck
fuck
on
up.
that, bitch. You fucking pussy. Carrying a gun. You got to carry a gun. Dude, you bring that gun around me and I guarantee you what. I'll take it from you. And you'll
Yeah.
go to jail with that gun.
Yeah.
You will go to jail. I guarantee you. You will go to jail with
Because
that
you're a
gun.
cop calling
It'll be
bitch.
the downfall of you. And you know what? That's what you get. There's that kitten. I love that kitten.
I love that kitten.
So bring it, bitch, anytime. Go to your fat friend. His name is Matthew.
Decker.
His last name ain't Beamer, that's for sure. Yeah, his dad. That wasn't his dad. His real dad was Hoffmeister. Go to Matthew Hoffmeister. He'll give you my address. Bring your ass over.
Oh, I thought you were going to
Bring your
talk about
fucking fat
that.
ass old man too. So I'll whip his ass too. I'll whip both your asses anytime, any day. Suck on that, bitch.
What a fucking pussy. You know what it is, guys? He's got no more material. Barry ain't got nothing else. And then look at this video, too. He slipped this one in here. I don't know how we didn't get it.
Alright, guys. It's starting to spit a little bit of rain. You're back with us at Beamer and Son Garage on the blog, and we appreciate you coming.
Barry's hammered today.
There's Mr. Faithful there.
Little Jimmy would fuck him up.
So we jumped back on here. We wanted to show the ending yesterday. It got hot, and we stopped for lunch, and then we came back out here, and I was going to go down to the local feed mill. They got bolts and nuts and washers, SAE stuff, and standard stuff, and I think they might even have some metric stuff. But anyways, I sat here and I thought, you know what? I'm not going to go down and spend a couple dollars for bolts.
Yeah.
You know, if I can't find a couple bolts in this whole collection of
Junk
auto parts and cars and stuff that I have here, and I've collected over 40 years, you know, I'm not going to give it up. So I put on my thinking hat and came to the garage. And I found a couple 7/16 bolts and some nuts and a couple washers. And I took some aircraft Loctite that I got from a friend of mine that came from this guy's.
There will be a review video coming tonight, guys. 100%.
I'm not going to say who he was for reasons that are not going to be mentioned. But anyways, we took some Loctite and some bolts and some washers, and we come out here with the Badlands Jack.
Yeah.
Jacked up to my head. Kidding.
Fucking creepo. There's another one you can kill.
I think I've only petted that cat once. So we came
There's
out
another cat you can kill.
bolts and my son's impact that he bought for me at O'Reilly's and a wrench.
Boy, you guys are living pretty paranoid over there, huh? You got the driveway blocked up pretty good.
Put the bolts to it and hammered it with the impacts.
Yeah. He put the bolts back in that he took out.
In the washer.
Yeah.
Right there. Shiny bolt. Newest part of the truck, an old white truck. And there was a used bolt too, used nut, washer, all used stuff that I found.
Those were the nut and washer that was on it.
And the bumper is secure, so I'm glad I came out. My window's down on the truck from yesterday from the heat. Or actually the day before when we moved the
2 days.
Omega.
Look at the inside of that shit box. He's gonna whip everybody's ass. He can't even crank up a fucking window.
Oh. There we go.
Telling people to come to his house.
Good old truck. This truck has really been a workhorse around here.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
90% of the cars here.
Yeah.
Just one truck.
This one truck.
And we parked it, mothballed it.
Yeah.
My son bought that hydraulic Ford truck down there.
Holy shit.
And then when we bought 5 cars over in Latonia, Kentucky, it gave up on the first one. And so it got parked, and good old GMC God Made Chevrolet, Mike Willis called it God Made Chevrolet. Good old Mike, he's gone now, but that's what he called GMC, and that's what we call it. God Made Chevrolet. And we unmothballed this thing. I brought it back out.
Yeah.
We've been using it ever since.
Oh, yeah.
And it's done so much, good stuff around here.
Good stuff. Shut the fuck up, dude.
Moved the box.
Look at just another reason to come out and show off your junk.
Moved this. We've done a lot of things with
Game Man Chevy.
Can't say enough about that GM product, GMC. Can't say enough about that truck. I'll tell you what, it really does a nice job for us around here. It's got a Homestead and Homes 440 boom and bed on it. Somebody put it on there. I didn't put it on there. But I took it to Morehouse and they
look at that
thing on there. And it ain't never coming off. You can see the weld he put on that. That is, it's got a channel like that, a 3-inch channel,
Yeah.
all the way down through there on both sides, and then they welded right on top of the frame of itself. I mean, it ain't never come off there.
Yeah.
Jeff Morehouse put this permanently on this truck.
Shit box.
And when he did, he said, Beamer, he says, you ain't never gonna get that bed off that truck. And I said, you know what? That's what I wanted. Cool. Thank you. And it was like, I don't know, $100 or something. He didn't charge me much.
$100.
Do that. Hey, look who woke up. Forrest dog.
Holy shit.
He just got mad at the dog out. So yeah, we're pretty happy with this truck.
He just walks. He just, he's such a fucking phony, bro.
Worse and worse right there. You can see the brake right there.
Imagine having to take the bolts out of something just so you.
He's got a cable. And what it does is it's got an eyelet here.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
And it goes into
Yeah.
the mass.
That truck ain't going nowhere.
Yeah. I hear you.
Like you close it and fold it in half.
And there's a crank right here.
That truck hasn't been on the road since 2013.
And you pull back on the crank, and you can unlock this, and then you can wind it down. Or you can put it in here.
Look at the pus sacks on his arm.
Crank the boom up.
He's gonna kick ass. You can't even crank the fucking boom up.
It works. You crank it up, you crank it down, you know. The further you crank this up, the more it's going to put the load on, you know, on the front. The further you drop that down, it's going to put the load on the back. So you really want to boom up a little bit and try to, you know, shift the weight from being on the back and to the front, because if you're towing something with this thing, you know, you don't want the truck to do, you know, wheelie. You know, see where it's gonna
There's Barry's
shift the
fucking
weight.
hand. The hand of
You
death.
gotta get it towards, you know, the front a little bit. The higher you raise that boom, the more it's going to put the weight on the front.
It's a V chain.
Yeah. He's a talker. I know.
Feed me.
Yeah. Okay.
Hungry.
Yeah.
Water.
Great dog. That's Forrest Gump.
Yeah.
He was a rescue. My son had got a Forrest. He went from home to home, and he was beaten and abused at different homes.
He's beaten and abused there.
He found his calling. He's a great dog. So, hope we enlighten you about how to operate the boom on a 440.
Nobody
how
gives
it
a
operates,
fuck.
How it works. We've done a lot of videos with this truck. And we showed you the bolts we put in it. It didn't cost us a dime. And I love it.
The same bolts you
That's
took
what,
out.
Makes it, you know, to me, that's what makes it for me around here.
Yeah.
I just love this truck. I can't stand that these simulators now.
The simulators.
We're gonna put the simulator back on.
We're gonna put simulator back on it. Look, you can't even get it.
Put the simulator back on.
Yeah. Look at those legs. Oh, Jimmy. What the fuck is that?
Yeah, look at that. Look what I did, huh?
Oh.
There's a re-simulator. Another simulator.
He didn't even mention us.
That's the rear simulator. And the reason they come off is, you know, they go tires get low or whatever. I imagine this got flat again.
Since Nam.
One of the doors has got a nail in it.
Oh, God, guys.
It's on there now. Pretty sure that's it. Pretty sure that's the simulator. There's numerous simulators shoot up around here. Yeah. Where's the other one? All the simulators are off of it. That's weird, except for one. Pretty sure that's a simulator for it.
Look at that big fucking lesion he's got going on his leg there. Ugh.
Well,
Disgusting.
looks so much better.
Look, he can't even get up. Ugh.
So that's the other simulator for the other front wheel. Oh, nothing missing. I don't care.
He don't care. Wow, putting hubcaps on. Nice.
Installing a chrome simulator. It does, man.
To a fucking truck that ain't going nowhere.
Car looks like it's low. I don't care.
Yeah, no you don't.
That screwdriver. Pop it off.
Look at the fucking shit growing on him.
That's it.
Ugh.
You see what you do is hook up or whatever, you know. You get it in the bottom, and then you smack it at the top.
What a pussy.
And there it is. Look what I did again.
Get your fat ass up off the ground.
Something's better.
Ugh. It's like shit, bro. I was gonna say, how long do you think those are gonna stay on? But it doesn't matter, the truck don't move. Look at that fucking lesion.
You should have a rubber hammer. Something like this is going on.
Why don't you whack your head off of it?
We just use it around here. I have had it on the road. I've done police calls with it. I've done a lot of things with this truck.
I've done police calls.
But I've done it. You know, help out friends.
Such a liar.
And one day where one of our friends got picked up with no driver's license, and I think he was drinking, and so I got a phone call from a friend of mine that's a friend of his, and he basically asked me if I could do it. I said, yeah, I could do it. And I did it. And that local chief of police knew me. And when I rolled up with this thing, he didn't even care. He was like, it was hot. He was like, here's the keys. Get it out of here. And he left. And I hooked it up, and I brought it over here and basically impounded it here. Not from the police impound, but I impounded it on my property so that I could get paid for coming out in the hot sun and getting this vehicle. And I remember when he got out of jail, he's like, well, what do we owe you for the tow? And I said, well, police called. And huh? I said, police called $125 plus towing and blah, 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 right? And I scared the crap out of him. And the guy that owned it and his buddy that called me on it. And I was just kidding with him. I wasn't going to charge him $125. And I think it was $20. And he fixed the lights on it. The guy was a mechanic. And I was having issues with the lights on it. I couldn't get the turns to
$20.
Lights and taillights to work in there.
Would Barry DM a 14? Of course he would.
I gave him $20 for my time and my fuel. And that's what you do for friends. You help out your friends.
Yeah. Barry, shut the fuck up.
All rotted on the back. And I don't care.
You ain't got no friends.
Lights up there. And even if these lights did work down here, you couldn't see them when you got a car in the back. It's completely obscured. That's
Yeah.
why they put up there. And the coolest thing about
Barry,
this
shut the
shop
fuck up.
is the bubble gum machine.
The bubble gum
I bought
machine.
that from Crocker. Richard Crocker had that Beacon Ray, and it's called the bubble gum machine. That's what it was called back in the day, back in the 60s, when these were pretty much, readily available. And those are hard to come by anymore. And I think I gave like a buck $1.50 for it, $150. I gave that to Crocker.
You got fucked.
And I bolted it on there, and it works. We love the bubble gum machine. We had a battery in it.
What a joke.
Show you. It's in the Oldsmobile, and I'm not gonna worry about taking it out and swapping it, putting it in there, show it to you. Well, what the hell?
Yeah.
Let's show you guys.
Yeah, let's see you do
I've
it.
never seen an old bubble gum machine from the 60s. The ones that ain't seen it, you'll see it today. I don't know if it still works or not. Been so long since I've had it hooked up.
Yep, I remember that, Jinx.
It's a Roosevelt from yesterday.
Oh, Barry got hammered this morning. What it is? Barry started drinking early this morning. He saw our live, watched probably half of it, got hammered to that.
You know, when you put something in the grass, you know, and you got people, you know, keying your stuff and damaging your stuff, like look down there.
Okay, I gotta pause this for a second. Barry, you're telling people to come to your house to fight you, but yet you got people supposedly coming in your yard to key your car and you ain't doing shit about it? Are you fucking... Dude, you're such a joke.
Hey, what up, Gio? Gio for a great one.
Too bad somebody wouldn't throw a road flare or something in one of those cars.
Water report right here.
Yeah. Let's see how this goes.
Let's see,
Look at this.
Huh.
Oh,
That's there. Yeah.
look at the wires.
What a mess, huh?
You don't even have it hooked up on a switch. What a
It's
fucking
under
joke.
everything and what is that? Play with it.
What a fucking joke.
And there's the ground. And there's the
It's not even on a switch. You can't be any more half-assed than this.
Let's see.
Oh. Point it towards the sky. We're never gonna see it.
You don't want to cooperate.
We're never gonna be able to see it. It don't work.
The motor don't want to cooperate.
Oh shit. Look at that.
The magic of
Can't see it.
the bug catcher. No, magic of the old bubblegum machine. It worked.
Oh, that was it.
Just love this old girl.
Yep.
She's done a heck of a job for me.
I like how he's got the place
You
barricaded.
guys out there that are haters, you know, you ain't even got this, so shut up, you know.
Yeah.
I personally, you know, feel that, you know, these people that are out there that are haters and bullies and, you know, they were bullied in high school, and now that they're no longer in school and getting their asses kicked every day, they're out and they're behind their little computer.
Yeah, it is,
you know, behind
Austin.
their little cell phones, you know.
There's a review coming tonight, too, from me and the old man.
You ain't nothing but a pussy. you
Well,
know?
here we go.
You know, and I'm one of our number one haters. He's the biggest pussy on YouTube. He has his dad do his fighting, you know. Grow up, kid. You know, be a man. Stand up for yourself.
62-year-old guy trying to fight a 26-year-old.
Concealed weapon. And that should be illegal. Ain't nobody should have guns anymore,
Ah,
in my opinion, and be carrying them like that, you know, for the reason he's carrying them, because he's a pussy. You
wow.
know, if you got to carry a gun, I'm sorry. This is how I feel about it. You're a pussy.
Yep.
You're not a man. You know,
Nope.
I don't carry guns.
You
I
can't.
have carried guns in my entire life. I never walked around with a gun strapped to my side because I'm not a pussy.
Yeah.
And for you out there that carry guns, unless you're, you know, a police officer or you're an FBI agent or something to do with the law enforcement, in my opinion, if you carry a gun, you're a pussy. That's it.
Hmm.
You don't like it, you know? Well, too bad. You're a bitch. If you got to carry a gun, you feel you got to have a gun for protection, you know, you're not a man.
I'd rather have one and not need it than need it and not have
Walk
one.
around with a gun, you know, you're a pussy. That's just how I feel about it.
Hmm.
You don't like it, you know, I don't give a fuck, you know?
Oh.
Shove it up your ass, you know?
Yep.
If you're one of these guys that go around and, you know, try to make fun of people and bully people, you're a pussy, you know?
Oh, yeah.
I personally would like to have every single one. Just line them up and I'll knock your ass out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'll knock you right in that fucking face and knock your teeth out.
Yeah.
And there's quite a few of them out there that need it done. And you know what? I can do it.
You can't do shit, Barry.
Come on over here and I'll do it. That's a fact.
I'd almost say that this would
Done it before.
done it before.
I'll do it again.
Yeah.
You come over here, you're bought and paid for.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
You bought and paid for. More threats.
There's our whoa tree over there.
Oh, there's the tree.
It's about ready to fall. Keeps looking worse and worse every time.
Man, it's too bad somebody wouldn't drive by there and throw a fucking road flare in there. Let the place go. I would laugh my balls off.
Down. Before it falls on them cars. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'll get Gary over here. Maybe I'll try it myself. I need to get a rope on it and get a truck over there across the creek.
Yeah.
Pull it, cut it, and then there we go. Our guys are starting to spit a little bit more, a little bit of rain coming down. You can see it trickling down on some of the cars and the bikes. I can feel it hitting me.
Yeah.
So guys, let that be a lesson to you. You know, if you carry a gun, you know, there's gonna be people out there, including me, that think you ain't nothing but a bitch.
Yeah.
You ain't nothing but a pussy if you gotta carry a gun. You're a bitch, you're a pussy. That's the way I feel about it. How do you feel about it? You think you're a man if you're carrying a gun? No, this ain't the wild, wild west. You know, this is 2025, you know. There's a lot of countries that don't even allow guns. You can't even have guns. I think it's Australia. There's quite a few countries.
Then go move there then.
You know what? I think, you know, guns are good for, you know, home defense. If somebody comes over to your property, you know, you can pull your gun out and blow their ass away, like in Texas. They can shoot you over there if you're trespassing, and I think that's a little steep, but, you know, that's the laws in Texas. Maybe that should be the law of the land. Maybe you should be allowed to shoot somebody if they come on your property.
So wait a minute, Barry. So if you're telling people to come to your house, so what? You can look how he has that set up. He's living in fear. You guys best believe every morning that Barry wakes up, he thinks today gonna be the day. Look at the way he has that place fucking compounded off. He's stupid, dude. You are one stupid motherfucker.
I really don't believe that, but I mean, I don't believe in that myself, but that's just the way it is in Texas. Now, this ain't Texas.
No.
This is Ohio. But here, on my plantation, on my property, if you come over here, you're going to deal with me. And I'm not going to shoot you because I don't have a gun. But my son does.
Oh.
My son might have one, maybe. I don't know.
Uh-oh.
I guess you have to find out, you know. But I do have something over here that'll stop you. It's called my fist.
Yeah.
And I have other things around here. You don't want to mess with a tow truck operator.
Oh, yeah.
Believe me. You don't want to mess with somebody like me. I'll put you where you go, you know, where you should go. You come around, mess around over here. I'll catch you over here, mess around over here. Yeah. Wrath of God maybe save you. You better pray to God and come over here and mess around. See you in the next one, guys. Bye-bye.
So he tells you to come, but then yet he tells you he's going to shoot you. All right, guys, there it is live. I'm clicking off now. Hope you guys have a great day. Good job, Barry.